Hi folks, it's Digger Does. Welcome back to my channel. Normally on here I'm ranting and raving about things and sharing game pickups. Well, today I want to do something a little different. Today I want to share with you one of my favorite martial arts that I've trained in. Now in some of my earlier videos I talked about my martial arts training, but I want to go a little more in depth, show you the little basics, and down the road we'll get into even more. My background in Arnis De Mano, which by the way, the Filipino art, it means harness of the hand. I don't know if I've already said that, and I apologize if I did. Uh, when I was in college, I met a man by the name of Bill Dixon, and he had his own style called Rebel Karate, and it comprised of 4 styles: Kuksuwan, Small Circle Theory Jiu-Jitsu, Arnis De Mano, and Taekwondo. Now, when I first started in Arnis, I had a very closed mind. I had just come out of Taekwondo, and that was the only experience I really had outside of the boxing that one of my uncles had taught me. And so, for a while, I was so in that mindset, I didn't want to open my mind to anything other than that. But I'm glad I spent that time with Mr. Dixon, and I'm sorry that he's no longer with us. And I wish he was, because there's still a lot we could learn from him. But I learned to build a love for the art. And that's what I want to share with you today. So let's get right into it. To begin with is the length of your stick. This one is really a little bit longer than I normally use. Your stick should be about the length of your arm, and as you can see, this is a tad bit longer, and the way you measure it is from the armpit to the fingertip. So my size would be about 36 inches in length. This is far longer than that. So I'll have to adapt to the use of a longer stick. And I did that by adding some techniques from another stick fighting style called Estalia Cabaron. And please forgive me if I pronounce that wrong. I still have trouble pronouncing many Filipino words. So bear with me. Now that we know what our length should be, now let's talk about grip. Now, in Filipino arts, we use the entire stick as a weapon, from the top of the stick down to the button. So when gripping your stick, you want to grip it high enough to where you leave enough of the butt out to where not only can you strike with it, but you can also block. So the way you do that is you act like you're going to swing a baseball bat. You know how your dominant hand, which would be my right hand, would be on top. And you're going to grab the bottom with your left hand. And you're going to choke up a little like you would on a bat. And then you're going to let go with your left hand. Right about a hand's width is where you should be. That'll give you enough length of the puño or the butt to use. Puño means butt in Filipino. Also, I should reiterate that when you're gripping the stick and you're about to practice, you should also take safety precautions. Normally in Filipino martial arts, we don't have blocks. But for now, when we are talking about blocks, you're going to use your free hand, which by the way, this is called the alive hand. The non-stick hand is your alive hand. So if you're left-handed, it'll be the opposite. The stick being the left hand, your alive hand will be in the right. Now, the alive hand does both offensive and defensive movements, but it's mainly there for checking. But for now, we're going to do blocking. So your left hand is going to go straight up and down on the top of the stick. That way, your fingers are out of the way of your opponent's weapon, as you can see. Now, down the line, it'll be more like this. Your hand will come out over your stick to sweep and check. But for now, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to do this. Okay? Now we're going to get into the basic strikes, or angles, I should say. There are 12 angles found in Arnis De Mano. And you can do other movements based off of those 12 angles. There's counter strikes, there's counters to counters, so on and so forth. But for now, we're going to focus on the first 5. We'll get the footwork on the next episode. For now, I just want to show you the angles. The first angle, and don't rest the stick on your shoulder. That's a no-no. Keep it off your shoulder. The first strike is going to be on your right side, and you're going to go from right to left. Okay? Right shoulder to left hip. One more time. Right shoulder to left hip. Now the second one that goes from left shoulder to right hip. Left shoulder to right hip. Left shoulder to right hip. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to draw an X. You're going to go right to left, then left to right. That's the first 2 angles. Angle 1, right to left. Angle 2, left to right. Now, angle 3 and 4 are side to side. From right side, you go across to left side, and then from left side to right side. Right side to left side, left side to right side. Now, number 5 is basically a stab to the stomach. You're going to stab with the tip of the stick straight in. See that? Straight in. And if you notice, my live hand is right in here to protect my face and my chest in case anything comes in, and your hand should always be like this. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that you know those, we're going to go over some of the basic blocks or checks. There's really no blocks in the Filipino arts. But for now, we're just going to do the basic ones. So that there's 7 of them, and they take the shape of a house. The first one is going to be like you're holding a pencil. If you can see that. So it's going to go like this on your shoulder, called a root block. Then the next one is going to be on the left side, house block. I don't know if you can see it, but my hand, and then the stick is at a 45-degree angle. So that way, if your opponent attacks, it's going to slide up into that direction. Same as this. It's at a 45, so that weapon is going to slide off that stick. So now the next one is your wall blocks. To the left, to the right. Remember our blocking hand. Our live hand. There's the left side. Here's the right side. Now the next one is a floor block. And all you're going to do, hold the stick straight up and drop it to a horizontal position. That is your floor block. Then the last 2 are what they call stilt blocks. There's to the left, to the right. All you're going to do is you're going to turn your stick upside down, butts up. See that? The butt is up. And you're just going to slide it next to your leg. Right side, butts up, slide, butts up, slide. Now I'll perform them one more time. Roof block, and you're going to hold it like a pencil. Then your second one, roof block, wall block, wall block, floor block, stilt block, stilt block. And the reason why they take that shape in the house, and if you go to the Philippines, especially near the jungles, many of the houses are built on stilts because of the monsoon seasons. There's a lot of flooding, so they have to build their house up high. So that's what their stilt blocks are basically the stilts holding up the house. So roof, roof, wall, wall, floor, stilt, stilt. Well, folks, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please like it. Please subscribe or comment down in the comment section. And please subscribe. The more the merrier. If you like this video, what I'm doing here, please subscribe and let me know, and I'll do more of them. But for now, folks, do good and deuces. Bye-bye.